a little update on when day comes. I'm currently on page 94, and I think that's chapter 6. Sorry, chapter 7. So I'm not that far into it yet, just that much. And it's interesting so far. Not particularly exciting, but still building the characters and the different eras as well. If you don't know, Libby, the main character, is a time crosser, and she is in 1774 colonial Williamsburg and 1914 Gilded Age New York City, and she's also currently visiting London as well. So far, so good. Nothing to write home about at the moment. It's been more interesting in terms of, because it's the first book, you're kind of building on the lore, basically, of, time crossing and stuff like that. You get to see her talking to her mum, who also has the birthmark. That's how they know they're born with a birthmark that tells them that they are a time crosser, and it's only the women. And so her mum in 1774 is the time crosser as well. So she gets to speak to her mum about the stuff that's going on, and it's really interesting. Her mum was originally born in 1973, I think. So that's cool. So yeah, it's been lovely. Not too much fake content in it. A little bit though. Kind of similar so far to, or at least what I think is similar to, Pepper Basham's Freddie and Grace mystery series. So yeah, I don't actually have much to talk about so far because it's still quite new. But I only started this yesterday, which was Monday the 10th. We are currently late at night on Tuesday the 11th of March. So yeah, and I'll update you later. I'm about to go to bed, but I need to talk about Libby. Does anyone else think? Okay, for reference, I am currently now on, I will be about to start chapter 10. Libby is annoying me. Okay, she is really petulant, I think, and just really stubborn. Did anyone else think that? I hope there's going to be growth. Okay, because why is she like this? Well, I don't know why she's like this. She's strong-willed, and I get that, okay? That is great, especially for the years that she's in, 1700 and 1914. But she's annoying me. She is. So that's fun. But I love Henry. So I get it, okay? I get it. I really like Henry. He is the love interest for her in 1700s. I love that there's a little bit of mystery coming up. Kind of. It's more about Henry, funnily enough. And his role in what's going on, because this is just before the battle for independence from the British in America. So yeah. But I want to preface, I have a guess as to which year she's going to pick. Now, bearing in mind this is early days. Because, and honestly, I'm going to go 1914. And you know why? Because she keeps hating on it so much. And I'm like, surely, in a book this size, okay, in a book, something's going to happen that will make her question that decision. So that's why I'm thinking it's going to be 1914. You know? Like, she's just hating on it all the time. And I'm like, love, get a grip. Okay. Her dad says a really good thing, and I like it, because that is literally what I'm getting at. So she doesn't want to marry in 1914, probably because she's in love with Henry in the 1778. Oh, sorry, way too far ahead. 1774. And now I do get why he says what he says. Okay, so he says that like marrying for love is like a girlish fantasy. You know, it's not reasonable or realistic. And I get why he's saying that. Part of it is because he's jaded because of his relationship with her mum. I agree, Dora. You want to let him out? 1 second. Sorry, my cat wants to be let out. So I get that. But that is also the times, especially, as he says, for people in her class. I don't know what class they would be at, but they live in a mansion, so whatever that is. So, like, you know, it's expected in those days. Is that good? No. Do most people like it? No. But she just keeps complaining about it, and I'm like, love, what you need to do is get a grip and make the best of the situation. Like he says, find peace. You need to find God's peace in the situations, no matter what those situations are. And now I get why she's like this, okay? She is 19, 20. She's the same age as my sibling, so yes, she's going to be acting like a child. But she acts like a child, and it's annoying me. Now I am 28, so that could be why. A little bit more mature, just a little bit. You don't agree. Apparently Dora doesn't agree. Rude. So yeah, those are my thoughts. I look like this because I'm about to go to bed. I can't remember if I told you that at the start. And no, I will not tell you what the time is, because I saw the time and I am shocked. So yeah. Good night. God bless, and I will see you in my next update. This is going to be the last update before I finish. When the day comes, I am currently I'm about to start chapter 24, so I've nearly finished. So I want to do a quick spoiler-free update. Yeah, it's been really good. I've really enjoyed it so far. The main character was annoying me a little bit, but I've gotten over it now. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I was about chapter 10, wasn't I? Right, yeah. It does, if none of you have read this does tackle a couple of instances of how do I say it? Unconsensual intimacy. There's nothing actually shown, but there's kind of like a lead up, and she's forced into a kiss, and then it is led to, and then you are led to believe it goes further. This is with her second timeline in the 1900s. because she ends up being in a forced marriage. So it is within a marital situation, but yeah. So just to warn you, there are mentions of that. It's only mentioned, so there's nothing described, but depending on what you're like and what you may not have experienced, and either way you may not like it anyway, you may want to skip those bits, but you might be okay with them because there's nothing described. It's up to you. But yeah, other than that, there's been no content of any sort. This is Christian, so I'm not expecting any content, but obviously there was those. So this does tackle some hard subjects. But yes, it is getting very, very interesting. The stakes are quite high, I would say. However, I think I may have spoiled who she ends up with. I was doing what all of us bookish people do. I was, doing this with it and trying to see how many chapters there are. There are 31, including the epilogue, if you're wondering. 30 official chapters, but I always include the epilogue. And doing that, I accidentally saw the name of one of the love interests, and at that point in the story, it is highly, highly, highly likely it is going to be this person that she ends up with. Now, to be fair, it's not a surprise. I had a feeling it was going to be this guy, but I wasn't sure. So yeah, I kind of ruined and spoiled that for myself, unfortunately, of course. But there we go. So yeah, I did do that by accident. Oops. But yes, I've been enjoying it so far. It is interesting to read from a British perspective because this is, this book is set, in America, although it's actually also set in London, mostly in terms of her second timeline, because the love interest that she ends up with, love interest, he is British, so she moves to England. So it's kind of misleading a little bit in the blurb in terms of that timeline, but it's fine. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. It's interesting reading from British perspective because there are very big historical situations, especially in the 1700s, that are America specific, really. It is to do with the British because it's to do with the independence of America and, the Declaration of Independence and stuff like that. But even though it does technically involve us, it is more for America. So it's interesting reading that from the perspective of someone who doesn't really know anything about it. So that's interesting. It kind of puts me in a good position to understand what it's like for non-British readers reading or even watching stuff that to do with British history that they won't necessarily know of. So that's been interesting. But yeah, otherwise I'm enjoying it so far. It's definitely some emotional bits, so I've definitely teared up. I love her dad in the second timeline. Kind of reminds me of me and my dad. When I was reading bits of it, I was like, oh, makes me miss my dad. He passed away, if you didn't know, in July. So yeah, it was kind of lovely to read some of those bits. Kind of made me think of me and my relationship with my dad, because we were close. I've been very blessed. I've been close with both my parents. So yeah. Other than that, not much to talk about without getting into spoilers. But I'm enjoying it. Yeah. The fave content is minimal. But yeah, no, it's good. I don't have much left. So yeah, this will be my last update before finishing, and then I'll do a proper update afterwards. I just read page 300. She is gonna do something, and I don't know, man. I don't know whether it's a good thing. I knew it would happen too. I didn't know. I suspected. But yeah, if you've read this book, you know what happened on page 300. Okay. She looks at the book. She shouldn't have looked at the book, guys. She should not have looked at it. No. Well, BRB, I'm going to try and finish this tonight. It's currently Sunday. Sunday the something. I'm not actually sure. Is it the 16th? I think it's the 16th. Anyway. See you later. I'm sorry. I'm on page 310. Okay? 310. I'm sorry, am I the only one thinking that Libby is being very selfish, not selfless? For those of you who've read this, you'll know what I'm talking about. She did what she wanted to do. And the mum saying, oh, you're being so selfless. I'm like, no. What she did is stop someone doing something very important. Now, I get it, okay? She didn't want anything to happen. I get it, I do. But I honestly think that was very selfish of her. Am I the only one? I feel like she acted like a child. Now, I know, she's 20. She's not that old. But seriously, love, come on. Like, she's 20 in the 1700s. I would expect a bit more maturity from her. And like, no. Okay, I was starting to not find her okay? And then she goes and does this in the 1700s. Like, why? Okay? Like, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't think she should have done that. I understand why, okay? I understand it's a very difficult decision to do. Either way, whether she would have done it or not done it. I understand, okay? That's not the issue here, okay? I just don't think it was the right thing. Like, yeah, she'll miss him, but she's going to be stuck in a different timeline. So, like, instead of letting him die an honourable death by trying to... she stopped him from doing it. And what's even worse is that he said, okay, I will do it. No. After all this time, okay, after all of that, okay, all of that I've read, he and she wants to do something for the good of America. And instead of letting him do that, she tries to convince him. No. Now, unless he is lying, I think Gabrielle Meyer did the wrong thing. I don't like it. Now, there's still time. Okay, there is still time. But if what I accidentally saw is true, no. Does it mean I don't want them to be together? Of course not. Of course I want them to be together. But come on. I mean, she's 6 months pregnant as well in the other timeline. Sorry, I'm giving real spoilers. But she's really annoying me. Yeah. No. No. Just no. I'm just really disappointed. honestly. I am really annoyed. And just... I'm going to continue reading, but I'm not happy. I'm not happy, guys. I am not happy. Right. Oh, my hair is so weird. Okay. Hi, everyone. I am here to finish up this. I apologise for my hair. I think it's okay. Sometimes I can't tell because with waves and curls it looks like a bird's nest. And then other times it looks fine, so I don't know. I don't know what to do with it right now. I just washed it last night. Anyway, better be quick. So, finish when the day comes. It's now Thursday. Is it Thursday? Yeah. Thursday the 20th? Yeah, 20th of March. I actually finished this on Monday, and I have yet to wrap this video up with my thoughts. So, when you last saw me, I was finishing up the last couple of chapters, including the epilogue. And yeah, it actually had a bit of a twist, which I wasn't expecting. I'll edit that out. So anyway, now I know why. If you remember earlier, I accidentally saw the name of the person she ends up with. I was wrong but right. There was actually a twist as to why she ends up with this guy. So that was really cool. Now, as you have heard, I don't know how I feel about Libby. I have decided to give this 4.5 stars because as a whole, I enjoyed this book. I really did. And I'll be continuing with the series, but I just think Libby is so immature at times. Like, okay, I know she's like 19, 20, obviously 21 at the end or whatever. But there are times where she just acts more childish. And yeah, that just really annoyed me. She did things that I thought were kind of out of character. Because the things that she did were to do with the work that she and her friend Henry did, certainly in the 1700s. And it was trying and stop him from doing something, which, okay, I get why she would do that, okay, I totally do. I would feel the same in her situation. If she knew Henry as much as she did, and as we know him through this book, what she was asking him to do, he would never have done. Because it was to do with the work they did for the independence of America. Like, it was important stuff that they both had big passions for, and was part of the reason why Libby wanted to stay in the 1700s. Obviously, the other part was Henry, of course. But, yeah. So, yeah, I don't really like Libby too much. I like her enough, but I think for the times that she was living in, the lives people had even in the 1900s, but especially in times like the 1700s, where, people are quite often even worse off than these days. And there are people who are really worse, really badly have, I can't say it, there are people who have really bad qualities of life. So, I've always had the impression where certainly when they get to the ages that she is, they would be probably more mature than people that same age in our modern context. So I don't know for sure. It's not like I was born in those times. but it just feels inaccurate in that way. And I could be wrong with that. That could just be me, being 28, reading about someone who is 19 for the majority of the book. So, like, yeah. Well, 1920 for the majority of the book. So, yeah. But I did find it really interesting with the historical settings in both times. The twist at the end that I did not expect. Oh my goodness. I can't tell you because you don't know until the end. I don't know if any of you wondered about the twist in terms of the love interest that she ends up with, because I didn't at all. I did not see it coming. I feel like I should have done in some ways, but yeah. So I loved the ending, and I really liked the book. I gave it 4.5 stars because I felt Libby's immaturity just kind of ruined it a bit for me in terms of the actions that she went with for some things. But yeah, that is, but that could just be me reading it from a nearly 30-year-old woman's perspective. So, you know, just keep that in mind. But otherwise, I liked her character. You know, it was definitely very pro-women in that respect. Not in a feminist-y way, although it sort of is technically, certainly in these times. But, like, it wasn't like when you read a feminist non-Christian book where they're basically hating on men. Not all of them are like that. Before anyone comes at me, I know not all of them are like that, but I'm just saying. Yeah. The reason why I'm talking like this, by the way, I don't know if you know, you won't know, but as of Saturday, technically Sunday, I have come down with a cold. Yay. So that's partly why I haven't updated you since I finished this on Monday, because I've not really felt that bad. Illness-wise, I've just mostly felt really tired, because obviously I'm ill. So yeah, yay. But yeah, I'm not too bad though, considering I've had actually worse. Even the mild colds I've had have been worse than this, which is very interesting. But anyway, you don't need to know that. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed watching me read this in bits and hearing my updates. I've been trying to keep this as spoiler free as possible. Now I know when I went on my rant, that might have been on the spoiler side, so we'll have to see how much of that I keep in. But yeah, that's my update. I don't want to talk too much because also I will be talking about this in my wrap up as well. Sorry I keep messing with my hair. I keep looking at it and think I'm just not feeling happy. I feel like I'm Hagrid. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Right, yeah, basically what I was saying is I feel like I look a bit like Hagrid. I mean, Hagrid's an amazing character, but at the same time, he's not the best looking hair-wise. But there we go. Anyway, that is my thoughts on When the Day Comes, all done and dusted. There you go, by Gabrielle Meyer. Or Meyer. I never know how to pronounce that name right. So yeah, let me know, have you read this? What were your thoughts? Did you find Libby a bit immature and annoying at times? I'd like to know that, because I did. But that could just be me. It took me quite a while to read this, by the way. I started this before the 10th of March, and I finished this on like the 19th, was it? No, yesterday was the 19th. 17th? Something like that. But actually it's only 364 pages. So it felt like it took a while. I mean, to be fair, it's not, when you look at the writing, it is pretty condensed. It's not big gaps, so, but it's not the smallest writing in the world either, so, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna go, and I will see you in my next video, which will probably be my TBR for next month. I'm going to upload this as my usual weekly video sort of thing, if I can get it uploaded in time. I am ill, so if it's a bit late, you'll know why. I also have quite a few videos. Yeah. That's why I'm not wearing my usual clothes. It's very warm today. It's very sunny. We've had some lovely weather, and unfortunately, because I've been ill, I've not wanted to go outside because, you know, you don't want to get a chill and get worse. So I've had to like just look from afar. So yeah, yeah, it's lovely weather today. So I am wearing, instead of wearing my pajamas, I am wearing a very loose t-shirt and leggings. Even though I want to wear the pajamas I've got because they're warm, to just keep my chest warm. So far I've not been very coughy. It's been more sneezing, tiredness, blocked nose, a little bit of a runny nose and throat. So yeah, oh well. So without further ado, I will see you next time. Bye.